So, hello fellow Earthlings, this is Earthling 6455463728, and dear Elon Musk, please, at least let self-driving be real. As I would have had it in another video, I was saying that the common sense skeptic ruined Elon Musk for me, but I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that at least full self-driving is real and true. Please. And I'll get into that in a moment. I am Earthling, yada yada yada. I'm an ex-army reservist. I have a couple of degrees. I have lost almost 100 pounds from my heaviest. I've kept it off for the last 5 years. Quit smoking. I've traveled a bit. And I take care of my uncle who has dementia. And that's it for me. So, yes, the common sense skeptic, in addition to Thunderfoot, have ruined almost completely any faith that I had in Elon Musk. I have to put it in such a way as to say that the common sense skeptic, I enjoy everything they put out, and they eviscerated almost every single one of Elon Musk's companies. They eviscerated the solar company, Tesla, did they? I don't know. I know Thunderfoot did, and then I think SpaceX, Thunderfoot did, and they did as well as the other rocket. So, even like his stuff at PayPal, he was never the CEO of a company that was PayPal. The company later became PayPal, and just everything. They just ripped almost everything to shreds. Neuralink, everything. So I really should not have any faith. The Boring Company, Hyperloop, everything that Elon Musk touched is just full of things that he should know are not true, and yet, he still goes ahead with it. But honestly, I really want full self-driving. I really want it, because it would be so amazing. It would be so cool. And you know what? Aside from everything that Thunderfoot and the common sense skeptic may have said and shown, that rockets could land themselves the same way that Elon has done in the past. Of course, those rockets never got into, they never put something into orbit. The rockets that were being demonstrated as being able to land themselves after they'd taken off. So, because I think it was Jeff Bezos's company that did the same thing. They were able to land their rocket booster on land. And Elon did comment that, yeah, it's two different things to get something to the edge of space and then bring it back down and land on Earth. So, but I do have to say that, just looking at those rockets, there was one specific video, maybe it was a live stream I was looking at, where the two rockets were landing on land right next to each other, and I was just like, whoa, this is the future. I felt like I was literally in the future. I still kind of hope that that's the case with respect to full self-driving. I have seen at least one video that was compiled, it was edited with a lot of different instances of the full self-driving failing. It was one driver and his friend. Of course, I've seen lots of other full self-driving videos that were just great. I think there's one that was a 5-hour trip on the highway, and the only thing that the guy had to do, I guess, was when he went to recharge the car, he had to take over at that point. But to get to the actual charging station location, it did pretty much everything. It was an uncut video, and in the background, for a little bit extra, there was Elon and his brother, I believe, explaining how they started up the company that eventually merged with another company that eventually became PayPal after Elon was ousted. So that was kind of interesting. And well, anyway, I hope that that video that I saw with all of the errors, I hope that that doesn't come to pass to be one reality of full self-driving. Of course, I probably have to be real with myself, because I was talking to a friend of mine, and we discussed Tesla over the years, and I have to say that I would have been an Elon apologist. There was an instance where we were discussing Waymo and Tesla, and part of what Elon had said, which is that they have so much video based on all, however many, if it's about 1 million different cars that are out there, that they can use to train their cars to handle almost any situation, as opposed to Waymo, which does not have anywhere near as much test footage that it could use to train its cars, and it's reliant on really expensive LiDAR that is not scalable for individual cars. And that was what I thought. I thought, hey, there's so much footage that Tesla has, so much that it can use to train the neural net, that it's bound to succeed. Well, of course, Elon just keeps passing milestones. I mean, not being able to deliver when he says that he's going to be able to deliver. I think it's easily like 2 years ago, maybe 2019, that he was saying that full self-driving would be out by, or maybe it was 2020, I can't believe. I'm not sure, I mean. And it's like, of course, I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of all the different milestones or targets that he failed to produce, and that's why people can continue doing that. Like if you're clairvoyant or something, you can say something's going to happen 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 months from now. Nobody's going to be paying attention. All they're paying attention is what you're saying at the time that you're saying it, and thinking, oh my god, that's so amazing. So it's really easy to keep putting, kicking the can down the road when people are busy living their lives, and this is not something that is a big momentous point in their life, saying that I need full self-driving in order to get to work, and you said you would have it by this year, and now I can't take up this job because of that kind of thing. But anyway, aside from that, one of the things that my friend was bringing up was that, listen, in human beings at least, the amount of the brain that is devoted to vision is huge. So he didn't think at the time that it was likely that full self-driving was going to be able to make it, because there is no way that we can mimic a significant size of the brain, a volume of brain space that is allotted to vision. There's no way for us to mimic that with current technology. So the idea that full self-driving would be able, using vision, LiDAR, or whatever, to be able to achieve that, he didn't think it was true. Now, given everything that I've seen from Common Sense Skeptic, everything that I've seen from Thunderfoot, Thunderfoot was always there. He was debunking the Hyperloop. So I was thinking, okay, well, at least Elon is probably wrong about the Hyperloop. And I kind of just left it there. Thunderfoot showed so many caveats with respect to the Hyperloop that it was like, it's done. There's nothing here. And is it the something Gilman effect? Let me look that up. It's actually Gell-Mann amnesia, where if you're an expert in a particular field and you read an article in a newspaper, at times you can grasp that the reporter doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. It's just, the article is full of holes, full of non sequiturs, full of, I'm really happy to use non sequitur in a sentence. I haven't done that before, so I hope I'm using it right. Anyway, and you realize that, whoa, this article is trash. But then you turn the page, and you forget everything that you realized about the article where you are an expert, and you just absorb or take in everything on the next article, full sheet, and you don't realize that, yeah, almost all these articles are probably full of holes, full of mistakes in some capacity. And that's what happened with me with respect to the Hyperloop and Elon. You know, I saw Thunderfoot's videos on the topic, and I was like, okay, well, I guess Elon doesn't know what he's talking about here. But then, you know, because of the common sense skeptic, I realized that across the board, this is the case with Elon. And to be real, full self-driving, you know, it's clearly good, but it's probably never going to be full self-driving, whereby you can, I'm hoping that at least, I don't know 100%, but given all these falsehoods and exaggerations and everything else, it's probably just not good enough. No matter how long Elon tries, it probably is not going to be, you know, dependable to the extent that he has advertised. So, well, at least Tesla seems to be real in terms of the cars that are being built. Those are actual real cars out there, and people are buying them, which is really great. It's a tiny drop in the bucket of all the cars that are being sold every year. And the way that Elon plays fast and loose with all these different companies, even before I was disappointed in him, I was always thinking, not always, there has been this idea that Elon is not altogether stable, that the bets, I mean, who runs this many companies? How many, like, down-to-earth, reliable people run this many companies at the same time, want to be CEO of all these different companies, of Tesla, of, well, the Boring Company doesn't do a lot, of SpaceX, of Neuralink, of, well, SolarCity isn't really doing that much, and of course they've been absorbed into Tesla, but, and tweeting all of this different stuff, and he is not really the most stable person. And I've really been hoping that he just would not implode and take all these different companies with him, especially Tesla. But honestly, I don't know about that. It seems more likely as every day passes that he just might likely, if not explode, implode and still be around but disgraced. He might just have a heart attack and pass on because he doesn't treat his body and his health really that well. So yeah, but I really want to be so wrong about full self-driving at least. I guess we just have to wait and see, and wait and wait and wait, which doesn't make it any more promising. Anyway, that's it for me. Feel free to like, dislike, comment, subscribe, share any of the YouTube feedback that we have access to. Keeping in mind, of course, if you want to, what would you like as feedback if this were your YouTube content? Have a good one. Peace.